Hi folks, Jeff Rugrock here. This is just yet another series, another drawing in a series meant to help you practice your drawing skills, your pencil work, if you will, plus nail down some of the learning outcomes from this course, including those included in Michael Joyce's Blueprint Reading and Drafting for Plumbers. The symbols I'm about to show you come straight out of chapter number 1. We've already done, what have we done here? We've done the T up, T down, and the 90-degree elbows. So we're just going to do a few more of these. I'll show you how to draw them, and then you're making a portfolio of symbols that you can use throughout the course. A reference document, if you will. But most important is you're also practicing your drawing skills, which is a big deal. Goodness, I just closed my book. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep these looking like the Blueprints book. There are, in fact, tons and tons of variations of these throughout the industry. So for the check valve, and I'll give you some variations too. For the check valve, it's simply a diagonal line with a couple of ends on it. A little bit of a zigzag here. You can run your center line. We're not scaling these drawings yet. You can run your center line pipe. This is your pipe coming out of the fitting. And then of course you can also put a direction of flow on it. So a check valve only flows in one direction, only permits the water to flow in one direction. In this particular case, it is going in this direction, to the left. And I'll show you why I say that in a moment. In your in your textbook that has the arrow up here, which is fine too. You don't have to do all of these arrows. And it's just meant to show you the direction of flow. So you got direction of flow arrow on the pipe itself, up above the fitting if you wish, and you'll notice how I used my my boundary lines or my as an arrow line. But the other thing you can do is just put a big dot here. So you can put a big dot there, an arrow above or an arrow in the pipe. What this dot is, think of it as a hinge pin. If the water was flowing this way, this piece would lift up and get pushed out of the way and the water would carry on. But if the water tried to go back, which is what check valve means, it stops it from going backwards, this would come down and the water would hit the disc. Simplified valves just have a disc here, and the water wouldn't be able to go backwards. So this dot, that arrow, you have to have some show of direction when you're doing a check valve. And again, don't forget to clean all this up. I haven't been doing every last little bit of cleaning when I do these drawings. Gate valves. I choose a gate valve not because it's like the check valve. It's not the only answer. But there's so much backflow preventers and different types and styles out there. This is the only one I use just for simplicity's sake. Gate valve, same sort of thing. I really don't want to get into all the variations in a gate valve. Very similar to the check valve, except you're going to have both sides of it. Again, I projected from here over, and that tells me where to draw my line up. I'm telling you, projection lines, it saves you so much measuring, which, by the way, we're not doing yet. So that's the valve, and you can think of this as the pinch point. So when you screw the handle down, it pinches this together and stops the flow, and when you screw the handle up, it opens up. And the handle, you just put right there. And again, you can run your pipe through. Then embolden everything. The table's getting sticky. If you've been wondering, when I use this T-square, I slide it up and down the table over here, right, with this piece. Just slide it up and down. But then when I go to use it, I call it heel and toe. I drop my heel of my hand on there in a way that I can still use my fingers to keep the pressure on the T-square and use my fingers to gently move the triangle to where I want. If you can't see it, just put your pencil on it and then drive your triangle up to your pencil. Or you can obviously put your head in the way there and try and catch a glimpse of it. And then you can clean this one all up too. And that's just a basic gate valve done. What else we got? 45-degree elbow and a PTrap. So 45-degree elbow, super simple. And again, I'm not sure that I like this one. I know what they're trying to do. But it's just a little semicircle curve. So that probably could have been a smaller circle. But that gives you a sense of what the 45-degree elbow looks like. And then the PTrap, which I will make a little bit smaller. Well, first off, you should know that a PTrap at its most simplest form, or in side profile, I should say, looks like this. So there's a 90-degree elbow there, a 90-degree elbow here, and a 90-degree elbow there going back up. So that's essentially what a PTrap looks like. So when you draw it, you can actually draw, looking down at it from the top, you can draw this circle and that back a 90. So I've made this compass a little bit smaller, but now it's going to be really hard to operate. Would have been better off with like a marker lid or something. Which, if you don't have a compass, by the way, works just fine. Now I'm going to project this over my center point. And then just do another circle here. It's actually holding together pretty good. So I'm going to go finish this one. There we go. Sometimes, and I think the textbook shows this too, they don't finish the back of 90, and that's because P-traps are meant to swivel. So you could turn this 90 so that this circle was over here at 45. You could turn it so this circle was over here and the piece of pipe lay at a funny angle, diagonal angle. But anyway, so I've used the back of 90 from there. I'm drawing it here, and then I've drawn this 90 facing up there, and of course this 90 here is hidden from view in plan. So there you go, that's that one. So again, I can carry on and finish this all up. I got my PTrap, my 45. I've used my drafting tools, my title block, each lecture item with a sample, drawn by JR. 22, that's the year, 2022. The term is the summer term. There you go. Another one done. Just keep them coming.